She's dead. She's dead. She's dead. My best friend in the whole world is dead. And I don't know what to do. And I don't know what to say. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I can't do anything. She just died in Connecticut. There's nothing I can do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. She's the best person in the whole wide world and she didn't deserve it. And I can't even believe this is fucking real. I'm all alone, and all I have is you guys. I did call Josh. I talked to Josh. Josh and Elliot are at the bounce place right now, and I don't want to ruin Elliot's time. So I talked to Josh for a minute, and I told him, don't tell Elliot anything yet. She literally... she died of a broken heart. Her son was killed in a car accident last week. It's not my business, so I haven't talked about it. But I've been going through that privately. Trying to talk my friend off the edge, you know? And she didn't take her life. She had a stroke or a seizure. She had a seizure, and she had induced seizures. She got a tetanus shot like 10 years ago. It started making her have seizures. And she'd like been doing so. She hadn't had a seizure in like 7 or 8 years. I'd never seen her have a seizure. And she went to Connecticut to go put her boy in the ground. And it was just too much for her. She had a stroke. Or seizure, sorry. Seizure. She had 2 seizures. She had really bad seizures. And it made her heart stop. I wish I had a mommy. She was my best friend. She was the only person in the whole wide world who was like me. The only one. We were supposed to retire together. Oh, my heart is so broken. Oh, Sherry. I'm afraid for her. Oh my God. Oh, Sherry. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. I'm totally freaking out. I will. Don't do that. Thank you. T, please. Kind of lame that this is my life. The more story. This is where I come. It's kind of pathetic, but thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you guys so much. Just having you guys with me is making this a little easier to bear. And at the very least, I won't go crazy when there's a camera on me. At least not too crazy. kind of forced me to regulate myself. Whatever works. I don't know how. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. She didn't deserve that. She did not deserve that. She just lost her boy. I can't believe this. I was like literally just talking to her, trying to console her. I can't believe she's gone. She was my best friend. My 100% best friend in the whole wide world. We've been through so much together. I loved her so much. I love her so much. I asked her boyfriend to come live with me, and he said he's gonna try to come and live with me. It's like not fair. Life is the most cruel joke. It's so fucked up how these terrible people get to run amok and just do whatever they want out in the world and make money doing it. And people like her, angels on earth, literal human angels, have their heart broken all the time and things done to them because she's gentle. I was screaming. And Chad told me all I could hear was this like loud scream. And then I realized it was me doing it. And I just screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed at the top of my lungs. I wish I had a mom, or even any maternal figure who could just hug me and make me feel better. Dude, what the fuck is going on this week? I almost didn't answer the phone when he called. Because as soon as I saw his number, I was like, oh, this can't be good. I shouldn't answer it. I don't want to know. And then something said, answer that goddamn phone. And so I did. And then and then Chad and I cried together and screamed, and I waited for him to tell me everything. I just sat there stunned. And why does this have to happen to people who don't deserve it at all? Why do bad people get to succeed so much and get so far ahead? People who deserve the world get nothing. They get spit on and kicked. You guys, Sherry was literally the coolest person in the whole wide world. She was so smart, and she was so tuned in to like the human body, and she knew all the plants to help you. She was so strong. She had strong arms. And she had a strong heart, and I don't know why it gave out. Please don't say how sorry you are for me. Do appreciate it, but please instead, don't worry about me, I'll be okay, but please pray for Sherry, please. Please just like send her some well wishes or something, I don't know. Just pray for her. Pray for her soul. May she find peace. May she find comfort. Finally, may she be able to relax. She doesn't have any hard work to do now. Life is a cruel joke. It really is. I never really understood until relatively recently. And there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to accept what is. We're just little ants on the surface of this planet. Insignificant. I can't believe she's fucking gone. I can't even talk to her. Her son literally died last week. I was really worried about her. I was worried that she was gonna do something stupid. She did it. I was so scared for her. Dude, the fucking fire burned down the house 3 days ago. Her son died last week, and now she's gone. I really hope that this is it for me. I don't want any more. I don't want any more. After the fire. This will not take me out. I'm not gonna go falling into a depression. Sherry wouldn't want me to do that. She'd want all the attention on her for a while, and then she'd want me to go back to my normal routine, take care of my animals. It's falling apart. I cannot believe that I'm never gonna be able to hug her again. I'll never be able to hear her voice again. Do I have voicemails? beautiful friend. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you went through that by yourself. This cannot be real. I don't know what to do. I want to like go somewhere, run and go somewhere, just not stop running. Poor Chad. I hope Chad is okay. I hope he's gonna be okay. Literally just talked to her 2 days ago. No. No, my table saw got ruined in the fire. So no, unfortunately. The flames didn't, I don't think, destroy it. I think what it was is the fireman. The fireman soaked it. Thanks. Appreciate you guys. Thanks, guys. Oh my God, you did just go through this. Literally like 2 weeks ago. It's just, you know, when you live like I do, when you're the kind of person that I am, like I don't lie, I don't cheat, I don't steal, I don't manipulate. I just want to work hard and be a good mom and make lots of money and then use that money to make my son happy and make the people around me happy. And Sherry, I don't know anybody like me. I don't get like lonely, like I don't miss, you know, human interaction as much as I probably should, but I don't want to waste my time because every single human being, literally other than Sherry, has done hurtful or inconsiderate or just nasty things. And not even just that, like, dude, Sherry and I were like, she was like a smarter, more competent version of me. She was like who I looked up to. She was the person that I aspired to be like. She was an example for me. She was so strong, so capable. She could do anything she set her mind to. If she wanted to learn something, she would just learn it. And she would do it, and then she would do it good. She would be so good at it. Didn't matter what it was. Carpentry, plumbing, it didn't matter. Painting. She was just good at everything she did. And she was a tough woman. she could handle living out in the woods, tending to animals. She thrived. She was truly like one of the only people that I could like truly relate to. And I felt so seen by her. This is just really, I'm gonna take a shift into like selfishness for a second and a pity party for myself. I'm gonna turn it into me first, all about me for a second. But like, the only other friend I've ever had in my life where I was this close to them, it was a big deal, like a huge deal. My friend Matt died 3 years ago. 4 years ago? 3 years ago. Again, same thing. One of the only people I'd ever known in my whole life who understood me, understood the way my brain worked, understood that maybe if something came out of my mouth a little bit weird, it didn't mean that I was thinking negative or ill intent. It was that, you know, the words just didn't come out right, that my intention, you know, it's just, it sucks. It's very lonely. It's a very lonely existence in and of itself to be the way that I am. To like want to be out in the woods and to genuinely be a person who doesn't like do harm to anybody. Like, apparently I am an extremely rare bird. And it is very hard for me to find people that I could look up to and that I could relate to, who will also love me in return, who will also understand me, look up to me. And the only people who I'd ever really had that with are gone. I just don't. Yes, Kel. Ever since she lived with me, we've been absolutely best friends. We talk a lot. And even if we don't talk, it doesn't matter. It's never been like, she understands me. She knows that I'm not ignoring somebody or that I'm not, you know, avoiding somebody, that just like I'm caught up in life and And I tend to focus on the things that are like right here, and she never got offended by that. Like she did it too. Thank you guys for sitting here with me. Appreciate it very much. I can't believe she was dying yesterday. I'm just sitting here crocheting, and she was dying. You should have called her. I hadn't talked to her in a couple of days because I didn't think it was appropriate to pry for information about her son or to like make her talk about it. So I just was giving her space, and I texted her and told her, like, you know, if you need anything, you know, I love you and I'm here. And I'm so sorry. I wish there was something I could do for you. And she literally, her son died exactly 7 days before she died. There was a lot of drama going on. Her family was doing that thing that families do when someone dies, where they start to fight over like everything that that person had. And she, you know, it's her son, and her sister was like completely taking over, and not in a positive way, being the reason why Sherry didn't have anything to do with her, except for in emergencies. And as soon as Sherry died, Chad was like, can I please get her cell phone? That cell phone is her. You know, it's an extension of her. It's got all of her notes, all of her thoughts, all of her text messages. Like, it's, everything is there. It's her. And the sister was like, absolutely not. I am the executor of her estate, and everything she owns is going to her grandchild. I bet you'll never guess who's taking care of the grandchild. So Sherry owns a home. She owns all kinds of stuff. She owns property. She owns, you know, she chose to live in the woods in an RV, not because she had no choice. She did it because she wanted to. And she had lots of money put away, and she had valuables. She had value, worth, whatever, an estate. And now her sister, who is a total evil fucking raging bitch, she's gonna use it to power trip over Chad, and it's just been real gross. And that's why I think that's honestly what happened to her, is her sister was stressing her the fuck out, you know, and her son just died, and like she's got a lot going on. I wish she didn't go to Connecticut, but she had to. Yeah, I don't either. I don't understand how that happens and why people do that. But, you know, they don't care. They care about one thing only: money. So that's the thing, is like, people are so obsessed with money. It's not even like achievements. Nobody wants to achieve anything anymore. The only thing anyone wants to achieve is whatever it is that will get them that $1 million or the whatever, you know, like, people don't care anymore about achievements, being the best at something, or reaching a goal and feeling wealthy because you've reached that goal. And Sherry was one of those people. God damn it, dude. I like don't believe it a little bit, you know? Can't believe she's really gone. Cannot believe that I will never talk to her again. She was more than a friend. She was like my soul twin or something, you know? I guess I am just, again, with the pity party, but I guess I'm just destined to be by myself. This is my path. And the more that I accept it, the less painful it will be for me. And I don't mean it like a, you know, I don't want you guys to like try to gas me up or whatever. Like, that's not what. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do. There's nothing I can do. I can't change anything. I can't save her. I can't stop her from going. As soon as I saw Chad's number on my caller ID, I was like, nope, not answering that call. I don't want to know it if she's in jail, or maybe they got in a fight or something, or she got in a car accident. I don't want to know. I don't know. Chad told me that yesterday after it happened, like, you know, a little while after he found out what happened, he started going through the list of all of the people, all of their mutual friends, you know, to kind of like let them know what happened. And my number was saved in her phone as like not H. It was like A1 Heather. So that way it was like right at the top of her contact list. And he said, like, as soon as I saw your name, he's like, I couldn't do it, Heather. I couldn't call you yesterday. I had to build up courage to call you. And so this morning, he was like, I have to call her today. I have to. It was just like they say in the movies or in the TV when they're like, oh, you know, I heard screaming and then it was me. Like, that's totally what happened to me. I was just hearing this screaming, constant and loud, and I realized it was me. I had no control over it, and I was screaming in Chad's ear. God damn it, dude. I just don't understand. Why did God want her so bad? Doesn't he know that we all need her? Please, flies, go away. Oh, my ear is fucking leaking. Getting air in it. She was like 52. Between 48 and 52. She was a little bit older than me. A few years. 8 to 10 years. Maybe. I'm not really sure. I never really asked her. We just talked about so many other things than that. Age never really mattered. Though I vaguely remember having, a pretty deep conversation with her about perimenopause and stuff like that, and she was further along in that whole thing than I was. She's no older than like 53. But like I said, like it was inconsequential her age, so it like never hell. Oh, there's definitely a God. Thank you, Shannon. Gio, her son died last week. She's been living in Texas. She moved to Texas. She was living on a farm and in Texas, and her son died in a car accident. And so she went to Connecticut to bury her baby. And she had a seizure disorder that she years about 15 to 10 years ago or whatever, she was just a regular liberal person, like us all. And then she got she had an injury, not from the one you're thinking about, but from the tetanus, and it made her start developing seizures. So she stopped getting those every 5 years or whatever. And it's been 7 years since she last had a seizure. She was on seizure medication for a long time. And she got herself off the seizure medication. She's been off the seizure medication for like five years. 0 issues. But the stress of dealing with her evil sister and trying to bury her fucking son, there's just a lot of stress. She was under a lot of stress. And she was heartbroken. And so she had a seizure 2 days ago. She was fine. She was okay. She came back out of it. She went to the hospital. They saw her, treated her, released her. Then yesterday, she had another seizure. And she went into cardiac arrest. And then her heart stopped. Mm. Dude, so much is going on in my life right now that it's just been like absolutely crazy. Like the fire, and then her son dying, and then her dying, and shit's going on with Adam. Just like a lot going on right now. This is just like with Matthew when Matthew died. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah. It's like I'm losing all of my closest people right now. And to no fault of my own, you know, like just shit is happening. I'll be right back.
So our friend Mel, the executive, the village crazy lady who does good work, she says the executive director of Israel's National Cyber Directorate was arrested this week in Las Vegas in a child pedo ring sting. This guy works directly under Netanyahu, so of course he was allowed to go back to Israel, and so she links this stuff. So that's the guy, and here's the story. The Nevada Internet Crimes Against Children joint operations included detectives and agents from the ICAC, Task Force, blah, 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 blah. Those arrested were David Wanacott Yankee and Tom Artyom Alexandrovich, 38. They all face felony charges of luring a child with a computer.
That was Elliot. Such a good boy.
Let me see if I can go.
Wait, those aren't Muslims. I thought only the Muslims are things.
So that's him, executive director of Israel National Cyber Directorate, building national cyber. So he got caught up in a pedo thing in Las Vegas.
Wow, who saw that coming?
Who saw that coming? Let's see. Here's the story. Las Vegas, an undercover operation targeting child SEX predators in the Las Vegas Valley over 2 weeks resulted in the arrest of 8 individuals, according to a release from the Las Vegas Metro. And there his name is. Isn't that something? So this first guy, David Wanacott Yankee, treasurer of Imperial Royal Sovereign Court of the Desert. What?
Yeah.
They caught some big time officials in a
looks like
pedo ring.
NGO, actually.
Yeah, right? Southern Nevada Baptist Association.
Oh, look, they're all in on it together, all the different groups.
Lead pastor Neil Creasy.
Yeah, not surprising.
Gender Diverse and Trans Pride Center of the Gender Diverse and Trans Pride. Okay, I don't know what this. Oh, David Wanacott Yankee worked there. The registered agent on file for this company, the Gender Diverse and Trans Pride Center of Southern Nevada. So that's the first guy, David Wanacott Yankee. Also, but they're not mentioning the guy, the big guy. Oh, Pastor Neil H. Creasy has been in gospel ministry for 28 years. He has served as a pastor, international missionary, church planter, missionary consultant, conference speaker, and seminary professor around the world. He holds an MDiv and a PhD from Mid-America Baptist Theological Seminary.
Yeah, and I bet he's a Christian Zionist, Schofield Bible believing, dispensationalist, heretic, CIA psyop scumbag. All that weird evangelical Christianity you used to hear about, that is all CIA Christian Zionist bullshit, and it goes back a long way.
U.S. detains worker from Israel's top cyber defense agency for questioning. Prime Minister's office says incident resolved quickly. Really? Ending with the brief questioning of National Cyber Directorate staffer before his release and return to Israel.
It was a
Israel always
misunderstanding.
welcomes pedophiles back to Israel. That's
So this was a misunderstanding, Kurt. That's all this was, right?
He pulled the diplomatic immunity card.
So the news people who say it's possibly he pulled the diplomatic immunity card.
Oh, I wonder if they did that. I wonder how they got out of this one.
Wow. Briefly detained.
Yeah.
So they have impunity, just like they can slaughter people in Gaza, right, on camera with impunity. they can do whatever they want with the children in America, and their punishment is they get sent back to Israel.
Those Zionist Israelis, and the same reason priests molest kids is the same reason. You're automatically bad and lower than them just for being born. And that's probably
that doesn't mean that he won't be able to get away with it because of the Israel stuff.
Kurt's on fire today.
I really am.
So that's quite a story.
I can see why you guys are banned from TikTok.
That's a real. So you can see why we're banned from TikTok.
I've never gone on it.
I've never been.
You've never been.
I do not have TikTok app on my phone. People send me TikTok videos. I can't watch them.
Well, they try to.
I can watch Instagram for some reason. I can watch Instagram, but I can watch fake.
Oh god, dude, I literally cannot fucking believe this shit. Like, what do I even do? I need to, like... Oh, she's so cute. I need to do something with myself. Look at that. She's so beautiful. God damn it, dude. You can still hear her voice. Chad sent me a video. I wonder if it's got her in it. Hmm.
This is my baby. Intermittently, between vids, I'm gonna make him TikTok famous. Say hello, Drogon. Say hello, Drogon. Hello, Drogon. Good baby. Meow. This is where we've decided to dig our well. And the reason for this is because we discovered in this area these little holes that come up after it rains. They're spread out in this whole area here. So we're digging here because we found out that those holes are crawdad holes. And they could be a pretty good indicator of a high water table. So we're hoping not to have to dig much past 10 feet.
Sucks that we all have to keep on learning that again and again, huh? Yeah. Yeah, RJ's a really good one to watch, man. And have you told him about Justin?
I told him about Justin Guitar.
Okay.
Justin on.
Oh, Justin is a cool one too. He's got some pretty interesting information that helps. And then there's this other dude. His name's Pete Thorne. Okay. This guy is like a freaking wizard on the guitar, man, and effects and everything. The whole aspect of it: amp, settings, effects, chording technique, and playing. This guy. When you know who Tim Thale is?
No, I don't.
He was the lead guitar player for Soundgarden.
Oh, okay.
Big Indian dude.
Okay.
Beard. When he left Soundgarden, Pete Thorne took his place.
You gotta stand forward a little bit because it's
Okay.
dripping off the.
Pete Thorne.
Oh, well, it's kind of blowing back and forth.
A lot of Pete Thorne's videos are.
I guess it doesn't really matter when you got 3 gallons.
It's not supposed to be like this. Cannot believe that she is fucking gone. And the world is just going on like nothing happened. I have to like distract myself with something. Ow.
Technology is insane right now. Open your camera, tap the beauty filter, and your face literally changes in seconds. Your skin turns glassy, your nose gets smaller, your lips get bigger, and oh my gosh, that jaw, snatched. You see that version of yourself for just a second and you think, okay, cute. Then you swipe the effect off to check a pimple and your stomach drops. That tiny, feeling is literally the entire point of this video. And that's because we are literally in a phenomenon where filters can change the way your brain thinks. They move that line of what you think your face should look like. And once that line moves, you will do anything to attempt to recreate that look in real life with makeup, injectables, even surgeries. Kinds of surgeries that you never planned to get in the first place.
This filter literally makes me look like Chandler Bing's dad. But I just wanted to say something. Do you want to know how my brain works? Do you want to know how my brain works? Okay? You know that trend that keeps going around where it's like, when I die, or if I die, don't look for me in the sunsets, look for me in so-and-so and so-and-so, whatever. I immediately think of like, I can't do that trend. I can't do that trend because what if I do that trend and then I die? And like, I know I'm already dead, but I'm like, oh no, I posted that TikTok, I died. And then people come to my page and they're like, oh my God, this is the last TikTok she made before she died, R.I.P. This is so sad. This was like her like foreshadowing moment. Because of all those thoughts, I'm like, I can never do that trend. Although I'm having those exact same thoughts about this TikTok right now.
But are these filters actually harmful for you? Is it one of the reasons as to why plastic surgery has become so incredibly popular as of late? And if it is, what can we actually do about it? Well, you better buckle up, besties, because today we are absolutely getting to the bottom of it and finding out if these filters are actually destroying your face and your self-esteem. Also, before we hop in, make sure you guys throw this video a big fat thumbs up, and also make sure that you're subscribed down below. You have no idea how much it means to me, and you know how much I love you. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much, bestie. Let's rewind to when edited faces lived on billboards and magazine covers. You saw a model with plastic-looking skin, glass white teeth, and not one pore in sight. You knew it was Photoshop because absolutely nobody looked like that in daylight. Retouching was something that ad agencies did on big computers, and regular people didn't have that power. Then when phone apps started to add filters, it wasn't about completely restructuring your natural face. They were about color and cute gimmicks, oversaturated sunsets, blue-toned and moody vibes, flower crowns, puppy ears. You could obviously tell it was a joke. You would use it for fun and then you just move on.
We about to get into a filter that shook up the fucking planet. Snapchat said, let's make a soft B filter, and my just hopped on it instantly. I don't know who the fuck was in charge of them filters on Snapchat, but rent used to be due. Let's get into the iconic subtle beauty filter. This filter was a bad bitch's best friend. Like, it's one thing to already be pretty, but this filter right here, bitch, this was Face App before we even knew what the fuck Face App was. This filter literally gave you soft B. You don't know if she got makeup on or not. But what you do knows that she look good as fuck. And you know how some filters be pale as fuck because it's for lighter people? It ain't with the chocolate sisters too. That pink hue had my bitches looking like fucking Barbies. You need them eyebrows. Them eyebrows. I really owned this fucking filter, like the way y'all skin just glow.
You didn't look in the mirror and start feeling bad because that rainbow vomit filter had nothing to do with what your face naturally looked like. Then the apps got bigger and money got better. Companies started to realize that pretty keeps people on the apps longer than funny does. First came tiny changes that felt really harmless. I mean, if you have a massive boil on your face that's growing a family of 4, you definitely want to cover that up in a cute pic. A little soft face filter, whatever, something that brightened the under eyes, even a little bit of warmth to hide the redness. Everyone used those because it felt like chapstick for your skin, not full-blown catfish plastic surgery. So of course, downloads spiked. People started to download those apps far more often, and more platforms pushed them.
TikTok filters are officially evolving. I feel like we're used to with the beauty filters, like, you know, if your hair goes over your eye, you can see the little eyelash popping out, or if you go like this, you can see the filter jump, but none of that's happening here. Like, here's my face with the filter, and here it is without. But how real did that look? It's crazy.
It's like it changed her into this like monolithic look. Like if everybody put that filter on, we would all kind of have a really similar face features. And then when she takes it off, she looks totally natural and human. This filter is too dangerous. This filter showed me that I'm a fierce drag queen. No, literally when I do it, it's giving Giga Chad hot Squidward. I tried this one and it made me think I should start doing my makeup more. Now, this is where a small line got crossed. If the smoothing is so popular, then why not a smaller nose? Why not bigger eyes, a sharper jaw, really big lips?
A lot of people on this app are using very subtle filters that change their face shape, make them more tan. What they do is download the video and repost it so the filter's not tagged. Like that. I had a filter on, maybe you didn't notice, maybe you did.
Bro, I
These
didn't
are all pretty
notice.
subtle. Like this one just kind of clears my skin, changes the shape of my face a little bit, makes everything smooth, and this is with it off. They can be very, very subtle. But just know, this is what skin really looks like.
I have to tell you guys, bro, like when I pull on that face front camera, like when I'm hitting a TikTok, I do jump scare myself seeing my skin such high def. I have obviously edited photos in the past. I've obviously I was 18 once. I mean, I had Facetune once, but now I'm trying so incredibly hard to just film things with my face. I mean, luckily you guys, I can't do filters on my videos, so just like enjoy this close up. Wow, thank you for this. Even at 33 years old, being bombarded with perfection 24/7 gets a bit tough. I can't imagine it for 19-year-olds. For the amount of times I see people on TikTok, I'm like, damn, girls are hot these days. Like, the baddies are evolving. Bro, like, you do not know how many times these people are taking pictures and pinching and squeezing and face tuning and removing their left arm and making their left boob bigger. It's an epidemic. Developers watched what people tapped and gave them more of it. Suddenly, your phone could do in one swipe what used to take 20 minutes in Photoshop. The filter could literally change your face shape to whatever you wanted. Stretch your eyes wider. Your chin got cleaner. If you had any subtle insecurity, the filter could fix it. It ended up being you, but only a slightly better version of you. Whatever better meant to whoever built that filter, I guess they're trying to create that version. Even worse is when influencers started to make this idea normal. They filmed in perfect lighting, used this soft filter glow effect. Then they swore that they were barefaced with no makeup. It is so deceiving.
Filter just must not be that much. This is what they look like. Now I know they look nothing like this.
Light makeup. This is where it all started. Quick piggyback, yes, when creators consistently use the filters and never, post any content without them, yeah, the filter's still tagged down in the corner. We know they're using a filter, but you really just don't know the difference until you take it off. There she is. This is what I really look like. One more time. Before and after.
It really snatches you, bro. Like, it is a crazy snatch. Like, it's crazy. It's not like it just does a little. It all-encompassing changes your whole face, bro. Like, it does a little everything.
Yeah, this is Sunny Bunny by Ann, and it's doing a lot. It's doing a lot, baby. I like it. So, here's me with and without. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, that was a significant difference. You guys get annoyed me saying that. I get annoyed with me saying that. So, yeah, this is what I actually look like.
Brands like smooth faces for ads. They want people to look trim, proper, polished, perfect, so that they can sell products to you. Followers click like faster on smooth faces. So influencers started to learn the same lessons that the apps learn. A polished face performs, and a polished face gets more likes and more ads. Tutorials popped up explaining how to get the look with contour sticks, lip liner tricks, and white eyeliner in the waterline. But a lot of the look only made sense because the face in the video had already been altered by a filter. That is how the new normal was taught. Not with some big announcement, just thousands of the same video being posted consistently with an image that all lean towards the same template. And that's because your brain builds an average face based off of what you see the most of. That becomes your baseline for what's normal and pretty. And so many of us are so glued to our phones. That is our new normal. That is our new pretty. Not what we see every single day on the street. If your feed is completely packed with smooth noses, chiseled jaws, big lips, tiny noses, long lashes, perfect makeup, your baseline shifts in that direction. That shift in your brain is just simple adaptation. What you look at most becomes what you expect. There's also this really weird reward loop. When your filtered post gets way more likes than your usual post, your brain gets a dopamine hit and girl, you want to do it again. Let's do it one more time. That feeling plus the relief of hiding what bothered you teaches your brain to repeat it. Soon, that filtered face feels like the real you and the mirror starts to feel wrong. You're not at all weak for feeling that because you're completely human. Your brain is doing exactly what it was built to do. Copy what it sees, chase relief, and prefer whatever got rewarded last time. But cameras make this worse because they already distort faces naturally. A phone held way too close to your face makes your nose look wider and more flat than it really is. Overhead lights can sometimes carve shadows under your eyes and chin, making you look worse than you actually do. When a filter cancels all of those problems, your brain thinks, oh, this is just a nice special effect. It thinks, finally, this is exactly what I look like.
So the face app is dangerous for young girls. Well, let me tell you why. So I did the age me filter and that was rough. It was really rough. So I'm like, well, let me just do a little Kardashian on myself and just see what I'd look like if I had the money to get some work done. What? I only did two things. I just changed my nose and I just added some hair. And this is what happens. So if you ever wonder why the majority of Hollywood looks amazing, money. Oh, and if you know a good nose surgeon, falling into it, don't get this up.
I don't think I've ever seen anything more terrifying than this filter that I'm using, and I'll show you why, okay? Babe, it's screaming body dysmorphia. I'm gonna need therapy after that.
You don't need any filters. You are pretty naturally. Honestly, it feels like bolder eyeliner and lashes are the only major difference. No, girl. Play that video one time back. Technology is literally getting crazy.
Yeah.
No, don't even get me started on that. I find it so bizarre because people start looking at their face like this and they prefer this filtered image. And then what happens when
thank
every
you.
single time you look in the
I'm
mirror,
just laying
you
in
don't
bed
look like
crying.
that filtered image, but also so does nobody else. I feel like I get so hung up where I'm like, I should probably do something. I'm about to be 28. Like, what do they got out there for me, girl? Like, what do they got out there to help a girl like me? And at the end of the day, like, does my boyfriend say I should do anything? Do my mom and dad?
That
No.
was really nice.
Where am I getting this idea that I need to fix myself? From filters, from being extremely overexposed on social media. I spend so much time on TikTok because I always want to be up to date on what's going on, what's happening in the world so that I can bring content you guys want to see and content that people are really discussing at that certain moment. And I find myself going down these damn rabbit holes where I think I need to look like these baddies that have 20 filters on their face anyway, girl. So you go ahead and you turn the filter off and your natural face starts looking like the distorted one. You think that your mirror is lying and that the apps are showing you the real truth. That's how a harmless filter can push real people to making life-changing decisions such as getting surgery or a nose job.
I think that filters can be the segue to surgery. Hear me out. I want to start a challenge where we do just iPhone, front camera, no filter. That's what I have right now. I find that sometimes, you know, there's that favorite filter or favorite Snapchat filter that you like, and typically it alters something in your appearance. Maybe it makes your nose smaller, maybe it makes your lips fuller, like whatever the case. And the more you use that, the more you like kind of associate your face with it. And I'm kind of guilty of this. So for like my talking videos, I want to try to just use like front camera, no filter. Like I have on nothing, no eyelashes. I do have on lip gloss, but like it's tough. I don't know. Like when you put your face on the internet, it seems like everybody's face is perfect. But I really do feel like filters can sometimes be a segue for you later on getting filler or a nose job. And I know it sounds like, oh no, that's not the case. But I promise you, sometimes you keep using that filter because you only like yourself with that filter. So I don't know how long it's gonna last. I mean, my fitness content is never edited because like I don't put a filter on my videos, but like we gonna see. Y'all down for this challenge?
Now go ahead and take a look at what TikTok filters can do today in 2025. These This is not flower crowns and puppy dog ears. These are face tracking, depth-aware overlays that move your skin like makeup you cannot wipe off. They don't glitch when you turn your head. They don't move when you cover your eye. They add fake pores and freckles so the edit actually starts to look real. They change nose angles and add shadows, so it looks like real bone, not just like some weird one-dimensional sticker. Rating the new viral TikTok filters. Okay, light makeup. Okay, it really snatched her chin. Okay. Sorry, what? Oh my god. Bro, they look real. I mean, maybe it's the eyes that give it away, but the fact that she turns her head like this and they don't like flip into her hair or like fly off her face, I don't get it. Insane work. A perfect filter doesn't exist. Okay, she's giving glass skin baddie. Bro, are you kidding me though? It looks like she doesn't have anything on her face. Oh my god. Like, I'm not even over-exaggerating. Like, I maybe didn't think that it was that snatched, but oh my god, talk about getting rid of everything if you want to. This is so scary. Thank you for showing this to the people who believe influencers. This is the thing, I never thought influencers, like, you're telling me an influencer's like, wake up with me for my Pilates class at 5 a.m. Who has, if you're up at 5 a.m., who is doing a filter? Like, who is putting that filter on? Because, girl, I am not. Filter's a name? Yeah, Maddie, can you please drop that filter down below for when I'm feeling insecure, girl? Like, drop that down below for me.
All right, so TikTok just updated just right now, and you can now make changes to your face and add makeup. So let's see how it works. You come here on Enhance, and then you can smooth your skin, add some contrast, white teeth, shape. Oh my god, so tiny, and then so big. Weird. And then lips. Ooh. Oh, I have big lips now. And some contour. Add lipstick. Oh wow. And shadow. Let's see. Ooh. Jesus. Thank you, TikTok.
Some filters give you a celebrity
Her
face
life
makeup
is hard as
over the
fuck.
pictures you share. Some rewind your face to what you look like as a teenager. Some age you 20 years with scary accuracy. The you but perfect version type filters are the ones that are actually scary because they only sit an inch away from real accuracy. They don't turn you into some green-faced alien. They actually sand down all of the exact parts of you that you were taught to hate from an early age. Texture, little bumps, lines when you smile, one eyebrow that's higher than the other. This one is my nemesis. Or is it this one? It's this one. The result is a face that your brain accepts as good until you turn that filter off and decide that you hate your face again. While this is happening, the pipeline from filters to actual real-life surgeries is crazy simple. Filters are free. That's the hook. That means that there's no risk, no guilt, and no money spent. So you try one, you like the result, you keep using it. What's the harm? You get so used to a face that is 2 degrees from your natural face that you actually want to close that gap. But closing the gap is not free. But hey, lip filters are way cheaper than they used to be, especially if you go to some underground rookie who's willing to do it in their basement. If you only need to pay a couple $100s to get your lips to match your filtered appearance, then heck, why not do it? And now that your lips are perfect, what about your nose? How about your eyes? Why not just get them all done to match your filter and then you can be perfect?
You do not need surgery if you are asymmetrical. There are better ways to address asymmetry if you want to. I'll let you know what I'm doing this up. Being unsymmetrical is so normal. You know, we literally got pushed out of a birth canal. Like, my asymmetries have been the same since I was literally a baby. They've gotten worse by like sitting on one side, my posture, chewing on one side, but it's all very natural and normal. And I'm sure you can't even tell how my face is asymmetrical, but I see it so clear. But if it is something you do want to address, because the things that address asymmetry that are natural are just genuinely good for you, doing a surgery will not address the root cause, and it will never really fix your asymmetry. You need to do certain massages, stretches, exercises to address. I do a lot of face massages, like ball rolling on my back, on my feet, postural exercises, and I learned them from a specific course. This is not paid at all, but I will tag like where I learned it below from this girl on TikTok. I'm literally obsessed with her, and she has a bunch of like free tutorials on YouTube and on TikTok. But I'm doing her specific course, which has really helped me with like my postural alignment in a way that exercises have really done. A significant portion of like the medical industry is not up to date with the whole holistic perspective of the body, about like the mechanisms that are causing asymmetry and how to address that. For example, this eyelid of mine used to have like, it used to look like this all the time, and this one always used to look like this. So 3 folds and 1 fold. But look at them now. I look forward and they look so much more symmetrical than they ever have. And this side of my face used to pull down a lot on my lip. Just like so many things that have improved dramatically just in 1 month of doing these things. But yeah, I just wanted to say, like, you don't need surgery to to address this, and it's not even something insane in the first place.
This filter makes me want to have plastic surgery. She said it, not me. I know you might think I'm old and that I'm crazy and cranky sitting here getting upset about this, but you guys, it's very real. No, you're literally so damn beautiful. Baby girl, you're perfect. This is what I'm talking about. Girls lifting up other girls. This filter is dangerous. Now I'm on Google searching rhinoplasty before and after. Stop it. Get off the internet, baddie. This filter makes me want to do plastic surgery. I feel sick. I feel congested. I feel unwell. So are we actually stuck like this forever? No, not necessarily. There is definitely a shift happening. Teens are going around clowning obvious filters. Influencers are getting clocked left and right because, as they should, if you're taking us on a natural get ready with me, why do you have a filter? Why do you have a filter, Michaela? Michaela, why do you have a filter on?
Absolutely. So this is me. I'm in my car right now. I'm outside. I think outside is natural lighting, but here's, you know, my skin with no beauty filters on. Yeah. I hope this helps. I get the whole, like, skin doesn't really look like that, but, I feel weird participating in this because I don't have textured skin, so my makeup actually looks like what I show it. I don't know.
Comment sections are also calling out brands that are saying that there's no filter when there obviously is. Khloe Kardashian, I'm also looking at you, girl. Some big creators actually film their natural skin talking about their bad skin days without having a filter on it. God bless them. But the technology is obviously still improving. Hello, iOS 2025 2006 AI update. What are you still updating? iOS, why are you waking me up at 4 in the morning to update? Have you not done enough updates? At the end of the day, you need to understand the game that you're playing. The apps are not here to protect your self-esteem. Their entire purpose is to keep you on there and keep you scrolling. The more time you spend staring at a better face, the longer that you stay. The longer you stay, the more ads you see. That's the entire business, and please do not let it destroy your face. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please throw out a big fat thumbs up and also comment down below and let me know if you've ever been subject to the crazy bold glamour filter. Have you ever been subject to the little filter slim or big filter slim or whatever that one is some people are addicted to? I personally just would try them, turn them off, throw it away, girl. It makes me feel sick. If you enjoyed this video, you can go ahead and watch this one where I talk about how everybody is starting to look the exact same, or you guys can go ahead and click here to learn all about how Kim Kardashian's brands are absolutely failing and going down the tubes. Nobody wants to buy your things, girl. You guys know I love you and I only make these videos because I truly want the best for you. I hope you have an amazing day or night or whenever you're watching, and I'll see you very soon. Mwah. Bye.
Dave is angry because he knew all along he didn't know who this person was, this person who called herself Ramona. And he's very angry that he's been dragged into this, not because he wasn't willing to help her, but because it's putting the lives of his family in danger. Everyone was almost murdered. And it's like, I will help you till the ends of the earth. I will go to hell and back. And this is what he tells her. I will go to hell and back for you, but you can't keep lying to me. Because it's not because I'm so butthurt that you are lying to me. It's because...
Well, hi guys. Fancy seeing you here on a Saturday morning. It feels like olden times. I haven't posted a video on a Saturday morning in a while. So I have a fun personal announcement. And I know you might be sitting here thinking like, oh my gosh, Brett, are you about to read another statement and leave your job? No, I am not. It's not that kind of personal announcement. I also have not had my baby yet at the time of filming this. I'm filming this on a Wednesday. It's coming out on Saturday. Who knows what has happened over the last 4 days, but no baby announcement yet. But it is something that is very exciting. Not as exciting as having a baby, but means a lot to me. And that is that I officially have my TikTok back. This is my personal TikTok. This is the Brett Cooper TikTok. Oh my gosh, there's notifications there.
What is the point of studying history? I often ask myself, if not to use the information that you learn and the connections and the realizations that you make in order to help us improve our current practices, whether it is through durability, consumption, sustainability, etc. But this video is not about fast fashion. In fact, this video is about very, very slow fashion. Because the other thing I love using history for is to inform art. History as an artistic medium, if you will. There is a fantastic embroidery house here in London called Hand and Lock, who have been doing just really exquisite, primarily military and ceremonial embroidery since about the 18th century, and who I commissioned last year for an 18th century waistcoat reconstruction. This year, they reached out and asked if I would be potentially interested in doing another collaboration where we take the design and wisdom of medieval armor and translate that into an artistic depiction of Joan of Arc. I don't think I had even finished reading the email before I had already replied and said yes. So I started out with some reading. A lot of reading about Joan, her trials and visions, to whatever degree we can trust the trial transcripts, about continental European armor styles and the armor trade, and based on the shapes that I was seeing and the functionality of the plates, I started cutting out some shapes on the form to start getting a sense of how things could go together. I think the main thing that I wanted to play with here is making essentially a suit of armor out of fabric, using fabric that's stiff enough to mold and to shape. Then I can think about how the plates will move and interact, but it'll be a dress. Not quite a replica of 15th century armor, but taking inspiration from its design and functionality to make something that I hope will capture Joan's spirit. So I'm going to go back to Hand and Lock, and I'm going to run these ideas by them and just see what they're interested in pursuing here. Goblin Bernadette here. She's going to be searching for a hot minute, so allow me to take this time to tell you about a much more enjoyable way to spend your time searching, and that is by playing June's Journey, the delightful hidden objects mystery game, who are also the sponsor of today's video. The story begins as our main character, June, seeks to uncover the mystery of who killed her sister. She becomes a whole detective and starts solving all sorts of mysteries, not only in her native jazz age in New York, but also she flies all over the world, so you get to explore and go along on all her adventures with her. I find June's Journey such a relaxing way to unwind at the end of a day, or when I need a brain break to escape with over lunch. The art, the scenery, the music, the vibes. Not only is it a captivating hidden objects game where you get to search for items as well as clues that progress you through the storyline, there are also tons of special events and sub-games, so there's always something exciting going on if you want to shake up your gameplay a bit. Plus, as you play, you earn coins which you can spend on decorations to kit out your own little island, and I challenge any of you to out-island my island. You can download June's Journey for free by scanning the QR code on screen or by clicking the link in the description box below. June's Journey is available on iOS and Android mobile devices as well as on PC. With some ideas rattling around in my head, I headed into Hand and Lock to bounce around some ideas. And you could almost do the embroideries and then frame them as a series.
Yeah. It could be really cool if each one, it's almost like a bit of a story. I did think that like a storyboard. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Variety. Maybe one's actually sat on a horse with their sword in the air. Maybe like one like that with the flag.
The other thing that I thought was really cool, the makers of the armor in this period, they would stamp each plate with a maker's mark like this just to show who was making the armor. Usually it's some stylized form of like medieval lettering, which could be kind of cool.
We could do some sort of crest in that part that maybe has like a bit of your logo, a bit of our logo, or whether we keep that more to her. I'm thinking all tonal in this sort of different silvers and greys. But then I guess if we were going to use anything else, we'd use gold. I think the gold does work really nicely for like suns and halos and like the details.
While I was there, Alice brought out this remnant that they had from a previous commission that I believe was possibly handbags. It was this super heavyweight Duchess satin fused to a heavy cotton or linen backing with a glue. I took home a little square of it to do some tests. It was really stiff. We weren't 100% sure it was going to work for a garment. It took a bit of getting used to, but with enough hand strength and a lot of heat and pressing, I got it to work actually really beautifully. And not only does this save us on materials, it's also going to be awesome to get to use up some remnant material that otherwise would have gone to waste. So I think the layering is where I'm really trying to stay true to the history, and that the base layer, the skin layer, is kind of going to be a combination of chainmail, like the mail that you might wear in the softer parts under the plate mail, but I'm going to construct that garment in the shape of a medieval smock. Granted, these would have been made out of linen, but I'm going to combine these two garments into a chainmail-like smock. I think it's a really strong, stable foundation garment that, again, I'm going to take a couple of artistic liberties with, but the actual foundation of it is going to stick to the history. The smock would be embroidered with some texture that might evoke chainmail to sort of contrast a smoother, polished armor effect of the actual plate. My prototyping from earlier gave me a pretty good idea of what my shapes are going to look like. One thing that I was finding pretty consistent throughout armor of this period is this sort of segmented chest plate that has these peaks at the front.
So how they like come up like that, and this one's got this scalloped situation. This guy's got a lot of scalloping situation. This is what I'm trying to echo here with this.
I'll do something with the plates on the shoulders to mimic the pauldrons that, again, would have been a thing in this period. They call each of these strips of plates, whether they're on the hip or they call them lames. What I found really interesting looking at armor from this period is that a lot of Joan of Arc interpretations that have come out through modern designers and modern art and modern fashion, the layering of the plates is always going downward. The plates underlap each other, but all of the examples of armor I have seen from the 15th century, the plates are layered upwards. And when you think about it, like, it's kind of more practical that way. When you raise your shoulder, the plates fold upwards instead of having to tuck themselves under themselves. Again, like, I don't have much experience wearing armor, so I can't say for certain, but like, this is the evidence that I'm seeing historically. I'm sure there was a reason why they were doing it this way. So anyway, that is something that I'm going to play with on this particular design. Finally, we have these tassets, these little leg plates that are hinged to the bottom, to the last final lame on the hip. There are two of these in the front and two of these in the back. These are present on armor of this period. The whole situation where you have the like upside down U curve around the crotch, that's very much a later period thing, a 17th century, late 16th century type thing from what I'm seeing. The early 15th century, when Joan is sort of at her peak doing her thing in 1428, 29, 30, there does seem to be a significant shape and a silhouette shift in the mid 15th century.
They're more doing the rows of the lames with tassets hooked onto the bottom here. I mean, I guess they could be really short, but mine are quite long, coming down to like mid-thigh.
So these tassets down here, this is like a perfect opportunity, a blank slate, if you will, to put some decorations, an extreme embroidery moment that Hand and Lock, I feel like, can really showcase themselves. And so I've done sort of a vague mock-up of Joan's crest here with the sword and the crown, just synthesizing some ideas here, taking from what history might hypothesize was going on here. I just need to do a little bit of truing up to make sure all the plates match up and there aren't any weird gaps anywhere. The other thing that I thought would be really cool to play with is to incorporate some actual plate mail. Granted, we're not making a full suit of armor here, but I thought it would just kind of be cool to pull in that craft. I think we could have two little leg slits, and then from either side are two fully plate mailed legs. And of course, pointy sabatons. Not to the extent of like the full Timothée Chalamet's, if you will. Has anyone seen that meme? Please tell me you've seen that meme. Danny, can you put that meme on screen? A little bit of fierceness, if you will. Then, once all 26 pattern pieces are drafted onto paper, I can mark out everything on the fabrics so that the embroiderers know where to work. However, upon unrolling the fabric, I wasn't wholly confident that we would have enough, especially because many of these pieces are doubled or even quadrupled in the case of the tassets. But after 3 hours of playing pattern chicken, I was, in fact, the victor. We had just barely enough. The armor pieces are now ready for embroidery, and I wanted to run these over to Hand and Lock ASAP since this hand embroidery is going to be the time-consuming part. Of course, this is an absolute ton of embroidery work because all these plates could have detailing. There's so much we could do here. This design, admittedly, is going to be a little bit pie in the sky. I'm going to do like lots of ideas, lots of embroidery, and I'm just going to see how much Hand and Lock feel like taking on.
It looks almost like a blueprint, doesn't it? For like a plane or something.
Much to my surprise, Hand and Lock took a look at this sketch. They got very excited about the ideas. They had plenty of fantastic ideas of their own.
These were just different options to try and give the appearance of chainmail.
But much to my surprise, they wanted to do it all. They wanted to do the chainmail smock texture. They had all sorts of ideas of etching and full panel scenes from Joan's life that they want to incorporate into the plate mail. So basically, all of the ideas, my entire pie in the sky plan here, they want to do it all, which is thrilling. And also, on behalf of them, I'm a little bit terrified. So anyway, we have a lot of work to do. I missed the tape. I'm now going to draft up the underdress. All of these pattern pieces are essentially lifted straight from history. This fundamental sort of smock shift chemise design, honestly, it doesn't change very much between the centuries, between the genders. All I really need is the body piece, which I'm cutting all in one, front and back with no shoulder seam, gores on either side to add some skirt flare, 2 sleeves, and 2 gussets. So 4 pattern pieces in total. I'm going to make it out of an organza. And of course, it's going to be covered in this chainmail-like embroidery. Just really sort of embrace the combination of the soft and the wispy and the diaphanous and the sort of ethereal mythology that Joan has become over the years, along with the rigidity and the strength that is inherently arming wear. One more trip over to Hand and Lock with the smock pattern, and to take a look at some final samples that have come in.
In terms of the ones that we liked the best, we really like this texture because we felt that it feels like quite armory. We do also really like this detail.
Yeah, this looks like the rivets. Which is so cool.
Yeah. We were thinking to do kind of like a combination between those two.
Yeah.
This sort of textured bullion, but still having that line down the centre with these spangles.
And then with the chainmail, we did another test in like a running stitch. It's now much softer. So yeah, let me know what you think in terms of the feel and if you think that's going to be fluid enough. It feels quite crispy. Whereas I think with a rayon thread, if we're looking for more of just like a general texture, the rayon thread will still have a shine. It will just not have the tendency to kind of get caught up in the way that it can. I mean, the good thing about this is because it's a single colour and because it's kind of like a connected pattern, it's a fairly straightforward machine embroidery. Obviously, it will take time, but once we've got the pattern and the colour down, then it should be fairly easy.
Oh, so exciting.
Obviously, this we'll do a couple more tests in a few different colours. And then maybe when we've done all of that, we can have a look at like specific areas where we might want to add the fleur-de-lis and maybe on the faces.
I think there's still some amendments that we're probably going to make to these ones. So I can send that back across as soon as they're done.
With the specific design stuff, I'm sort of inclined to let you do your own artistic thing. You know, it will be cool for me to see it and just be like, ooh.
Okay, great.
All right. Let's go. Go team. And now, we wait. Hand and Lock are going to spend the next few weeks hand embroidering the armor plates and running the long chemise pieces through the machine. And me, I'm going to get on with other projects in the meanwhile. But there will be loads more to do once these pieces start coming back into our workshop. So if you're not already, hit that subscribe button if you wish YouTube to notify you when we put out the construction phase. If you want to catch up on some of my past big project builds, there will be a playlist popping up on screen for you to peruse in the meanwhile. And of course, don't forget to check out June's journey, link in the description box below. See you soon.
So any criticism of Israel's genocide right now, they call it anti-Semitism, right? So even if you want to do
Semites, by the way,
not non-violent protest against a genocide or against another country, that is now called anti-Semitic. And Donald Trump has said that's hate speech, and those people are protected class now. Israel has a problem with TikTok because people are seeing the truth about what Israel's doing in Gaza, and so they want to shut it down. And fact, Mersheimer talks about it here.
Wait. James, is what's his name? Larry Ellison, the guy who's really been getting the data this whole time. Did I learn that from you?
Larry Ellison. Well, his son just bought Paramount.
Okay, well let's hold on. Okay, ready?
It's one of the principal
Can you put it up?
It's one of the principal reasons that the lobby is committed to shutting down TikTok. TikTok runs all sorts of videos that portray the Israelis acting towards the Palestinians in barbaric ways. And when young people see these videos on TikTok, they obviously become remarkably sympathetic to the Palestinians, and they think badly, to put it mildly, of the Israelis. So the lobby would like to shut down TikTok. And the problem is that in the age of social media, there are just real limits to what you can do. And this is going to cause Israel huge problems moving forward. This is not the old world that I grew up in, where the mainstream media was all you had.
So this is the head of the ADL, and he got caught telling the truth about why they have to get rid of. So remember they said they wanted to ban TikTok because Chinese are going to be spying on us. That's not right. Again, they want to ban. It was always this, and here he's going to reveal to you why they have to get rid of TikTok. And he says, I also want to point out. Jewish Voices for Peace. They're a big problem organization. They're big. We've tracked them.
Rhetoric about peace.
Yeah.
And went to like Iranian propaganda. The language I could show you from their toolkits are in their groups. We saw this again on the 8th. It was that fast. Like the language in their toolkits, all about the Zionist entity, and the language that we from Iranian propaganda.
Okay, so there he is saying it's all TikTok's fault. We got to get rid of TikTok. Here's Nikki Haley.
We really do need to ban TikTok once and for all. And let me tell you why. For every 30 minutes that someone watches TikTok, every day, they become 17% more anti-Semitic, more pro-Hamas based on doing that.
So that's what yeah. Yeah. So
that data is from a Zionist research group.
That's
at
from
Rutgers.
Right. And so what have they so they're not going to ban TikTok. Turns out it doesn't look like they're going to ban TikTok because somebody's getting money somewhere, right? And TikTok's new hate speech manager is a former IDF soldier and proud Zionist. So that's how they're going to do it. They're just going to do it with straight up. So they've been doing it with. I've been banned from TikTok at least 2 or 3 times, right, Misha? How many times? Are you talking to the microphone?
We are on our 3rd. You're on your 3rd TikTok.
I'm on my 3rd TikTok account.
I don't go
Do they
on
ever
TikTok
tell you why
ever.
you're being banned?
They never tell you what. They just go. You
don't have to.
You broke our policy, and there's nobody to talk to at TikTok. At least at YouTube, I have someone to talk to. At least that's at least what I have. I still don't have any control, but at least somebody give me an explanation about what I did. Here they won't. And so So instead of getting rid of TikTok, which apparently they can't, or there's too much money involved in it to get rid of it, TikTok has hired a proud American Jewish former IDF soldier, Erica Mindel, as the new hate speech manager. Mindel's LinkedIn profile shows she entered the position of public policy manager, hate speech, in July. The position involves developing and driving the company's positions on hate speech. According to the job description, it involves spearheading long-term policy strategies regarding hate speech, monitoring online content, and advocating for the company's policy stances. And it specifically states that the position involves servicing as a subject matter expert on anti-Semitism and hate speech. So those are two bullshit things right now. Just so you know, anti-Semitism. It's every oh my God, this the bagel I got was a little stale. What are you, anti-Semite? So that's what anti-Semitism, and no matter what. So any criticism of Israel's genocide right now, they call it anti-Semitism, right? So even if you want to do
Semites, by the way,
not non-violent protest against a genocide or against another country, that is now called anti-Semitic. And Donald Trump has said that's hate speech, and those people are protected class now. So he came in with his own new woke ideology. It's Donald Trump, the woke right, and so the way they got rid of it is they're just going to censor the hell out of you, like they've been doing all along. But it's even worse now because they got an IDF person to be the official censor at TikTok. It specifically states that the position involves serving as a subject matter expert on anti-Semitism and hate speech. Hate speech is the most garbage term in the world. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm allowed to hate stuff. I get to hate whatever I want. So this is all fascism, right? This is all the fascism. In internal and external meanings, and analyzing hate speech trends, focusing on anti-Semitic content. So there's just speech. One man's hate speech is another man's freedom fight, right? So you can't ban speech. You can't say this speech is hateful. It's all those are thought crimes, and that's the kind of stuff that we've been warned about. From George Orwell to Aldous Huxley to everybody. So now they're controlling your thoughts. When someone says hate speech, that's not. Those are we want to. So if someone says I'm for free speech, except for stuff I don't like, then you're not for free speech.
It's right? Like free credit report when you were like, hey, this isn't free. Well, it's not like free.
It's not free. Her previous role from 22 to 25 was the contractor for the U.S. State Department during the Biden administration. Really? She worked for Deborah Lipstadt, the special envoy to monitor and combat anti-Semitism. Prior to that, she spent 2 years at the American Jewish Committee, AJC, as the assistant director of program development. On her LinkedIn, she said she was responsible for developing and managing high-level advocacy and policy delegations to Israel for political, press, media, religious, and civic and academic thought leaders. During the AJC video in 2023, she explained that she was raised as a traditional and conservative Jew and took a 10-month gap program in Israel after she graduated from college. She spoke on how during her first month at the university, a BDS motion, that is, I always can't remember, that is boycott, divestment, and sanction motion. People want to boycott products from Israel, was brought, and she dedicated herself wholeheartedly to combating it. She spoke on how she realized how passionate her Zionist identity was during the 2014's Operation Protective Edge. I knew the well-being of Jews worldwide and the security of Israel would be issues of lifelong importance to me. After graduating from the university, she made Aliyah, and I don't know what that means.
Aliyah means you become an Israeli citizen.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
It
means like higher.
So she attained the position of a Jewish citizen and joined the IDF, where she spent 2.5 years as a Madrikat Shurian, an instructor in the Armored Corps. For many, this may seem like a contradiction, she noted, adding that it could seem strange that a woman who identifies as liberal and progressive is also a Zionist, so committed as to join the IDF. But she said that for her, these two identities go hand in hand.
Yeah, the fascist. The Zionist Fascist Party was the original name of it.
Scratch a liberal and there's a fascist underneath. Eric Fingerhut, that's the real name,
Finger the Hut.
President and CEO of the Jewish Federations of North America, said in March 2024 that TikTok has helped fuel a horrific spike in anti-Semitism that our communities are feeling every day, and it's time to take action. You know, saying that anti-Semitism is on the rise is like saying that, you know, anti-Nazism was on the rise in the 40s, right?
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't come out of nowhere.
They're feeling it from their kids because, by the way, when he said Greenblatt, that piece of garbage, when he goes, well, we need more stuff like Tagli, that weird word he said, that's called birthright. That's the birth. My ex-girlfriend did that. They send American Jewish kids on a trip to Israel, and they call it birthright, okay? And then they try to get you laid with another Jewish kid because it's like a Nazi eugenic breeding program. My girl told me all about it.
No, not
And
just that,
liberal-
Kurt. They purposely put these like hot IDF soldiers, both male and female, inject them into the group. Hopefully they fall in love with one of these people and then move to
And they
Israel.
she told me all about this. And because that thing of being liberal, but the fascist state of fucking Israel doesn't compute, my girl got mad because they had these SNEIS police, they're called, who instead of sending hot Israelis, they were sending these people to tell the girls they look too slutty. So she got all up in her liberal feelings, like, don't tell, even though she's very Zionist, she didn't succumb to it because they screwed up at the time. But now, that's where you hear the bullshit that they love gay people, right? They love gays, we support gays, and Russell and Keaton showed that piece of garbage Destiny took a trip to Israel to tell the IDF to stop putting their crimes on TikTok. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's how evil Destiny is. He took a job to go, and for God's sake, when you torture and kill people, don't put it on TikTok. I mean, he's straight up saying shit like that.
Well, Eric Finger Hut, I think his original name was Eric Finger Pizza Hut, which I love finger Pizza Huts. Those are nice, right? They're much smaller pieces of pizza at the Finger Hut. Meet TikTok's new Zionist censorship czar, Erica Mendel. She's former IDF instructor, now employed to run TikTok's hate speech enforcement. The head of the ADL previously said Israel has a TikTok problem. Now a devout Zionist can censor the platform. And there she is.
She'll be a good girl and do what she's told to.
And there she is on Faces of American Jewry. TikTok updated its guidelines 15 days after hiring a former IDF
Yeah, they did.
soldier
They
and
made
proud
us click
Zionist
OK
fight
to update our
anti-Semitism.
guidelines
Calling the
yesterday.
IDF terrorists now violates community guidelines. They also changed all racial supremacy as hate speech to only white supremacy.
Now that's telling, Jimmy. That's a bit telling. That kind of gives away your deal.
On the left, so these are the previous guidelines, and on the right are the updated guidelines. So the previous guideline says portraying protected groups as inherently dangerous, such as calling them criminals or terrorists. Over here, protected attributes mean personal characteristics that you are either born with or immutable, or it would cause severe psychological harm if you were forced to change them or were attacked because of them. This includes caste, ethnicity, national origin.
What if I'm Palestinian, bitch?
And so before, you could portraying any hateful ideology, including claiming supremacy over a protected group, such as a racial supremacy. But now it says claims of supremacy over protected groups, such as white supremacy, not racial supremacy, just white. So they're changing it already. And of course, as you were talking about, Israel soldiers deployed in Gaza post their abuses on social media. And they were told not to do this now. Israel soldiers told not to publish war videos as some flee vacations. Because a guy went on vacation. Where was he on vacation at? In Brazil. And they tried to arrest him for his war crimes that he had posted on TikTok. While he was on vacation in Brazil, they're like, hey, this is a war criminal. So that's what...
you know they're going to Argentina now. Do you know that, Jimmy? They're fleeing to Argentina?
Yes, of course they are. A holidaying Israeli soldier was forced to flee Brazil after a judge ordered an investigation into his war crime conduct in Gaza. It's just one case in a growing list where Israel soldiers have been tracked down on vacation and threatened with arrest.
That's great. In fact, is there a hotline I can call to report a suspected IDF war criminal? Well, I guess America, nothing will happen to them here. Right?
No.
Boy, that's great.
So
that is great.
So if you'd like to hear me make jokes about this, you can come see me in Rutherford, New Jersey, Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, Appleton, Wisconsin, Chicago, Louisville, Kentucky, and Fort Wayne, Indiana. Of course, that's who's running the pub. I mean, it's like it's yeah.
I'm prejudiced against Muslims and Arabs. I can't be clear about that. My natural state as a good person is to be prejudiced against Arabs. And so understand, I was prejudiced towards Israel my whole life. The fact that I'm not, that I'm calling it out, means Israel is despicable what they did. Because, yeah, no, I remember the good old days when I was like, oh, it's the Muslims. But a funny thing happened over 20 years where them having one rule of not drawing their guy doesn't seem so bad compared to what we've had for the last 20 years, which is don't say anything about anything. You know? I owe the Muslims an apology, actually.
Okay.
So I actually did a story on TikTok, just this exact story of just saying, hey, this lady got hired to run the content moderation at TikTok. And then I get a call from my friend who she knows very well connected with the high up people. And she said,
TikTok?
Yeah. And she just said, hey, by the way, I saw your post. They're going through right now and they're doing like a full scan of people who are large accounts posting about Israel-Palestine. I'd probably take that down right now because they're going through and sweeping the whole thing. And she's like, some people are getting perma-banned. Because at that point, I had just got my account unbanned from the previous ban for saying that Alexis Wilkins, Kash Patel's girlfriend, might be, honeypotting him. So then that video got like 500,000 views within a few hours. Then
Kash Patel being honeypotted.
Account banned.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm tying those together. And then she got in touch with people working unbanned. And then so this is like 2 days later, I did this video. She's like, they're going through right now and they're just banning people.
So do you still have your TikTok?
My best friend died.
Yeah.
Did you take that post down?
I took it down.
Oh, look, so that worked.
It worked.
So it worked. They got you to self-censor.
I know. And
That's
even though it was
dead.
just a story, it wasn't even, I was just saying, hey, by the way, this lady is now hired. That is apparently against their guidelines, just saying, hey, so-and-so works there.
My best friend died unexpectedly.
I'm not using any kind of strong language like, you're using right now, Kurt. I was just saying, hey, by the way, this lady is fired. She made
And I'm not taking it very well.
Well, our TikTok account was doing well, right, Misha?
Yeah, we were almost at the point where
somebody accuses me of anti-Semitism. I mean, I guess you can, but it don't work. Number one, I receive anti-Semitism for many years because people think I'm Jewish a lot.
Me too.
And I'm from New York, dude. I mean, I've been knee-deep in curly-ass Bible pussy for 20 years. So ain't nobody gonna tell me I don't go to deep. Okay? Like I said, if I'm not with you, that's your fault. That's not my fault. I don't debate anybody. I want you to convince me that what I saw with my eyes is wrong. That's what I want you to be right. If you're so Zionist, make me not see the awful shit I've seen for the last 2 years. Please do that for me.
Come see us on tour in Rutherford, New Jersey, New York, Edmonton, Calgary, Beck.
You guys, we have got to talk about the canceled podcast because recently Tana and Brooke sat down for a new episode, one of their last episodes, and Tana said something that now has people defending Brooke. It is a whole thing, and we're going to get into everything that is being said. Tana Mojo has gotten some backlash after the recent canceled episode, and though some people are on her
What do you mean
side,
blackout?
there's a lot of people who
What's
felt
that?
Brooke was being done a little wrong in this whole hypothetical conversation. Basically, as we all know by now, at least I assume, Brooke and Tana are ending their canceled podcast, mostly because Brooke has faced a lot of backlash online, and they just want things to quiet down, and they feel like they've also outgrown things that they're known for talking about on the podcast, and they're just ready to move on and do different things. In talking about things coming to an end, Tana was talking about what she was going to do with the YouTube channel now that canceled is over, because technically, the canceled podcast YouTube channel is her old YouTube vlog channel that already had 2 million subscribers on it before canceled started. And she was talking about the idea of doing something else with it now and the idea of possibly deleting the canceled podcast episodes, which shocked Brooke.
It's like, what do I do with this channel? Because it was my vlog channel before. Now is it just like continuing eras and then like all of a sudden I'm like doing something else on this? Like it's just, do I leave canceled up? Or do we delete all of canceled?
What? Why would you delete all of canceled?
I don't know.
I'm counting on at least like $1,000 here or there from AdSense.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my god, that's
Wow,
just
it
so
would be
messy.
erasing. Oh, do you hate me that much?
No, I don't hate you. I'm just saying, like, the era. Like, I don't know.
You want to delete it all?
I must have said a lot of things on cancel that I would love to just die.
What the hell?
Well, I guess that's
Well, it will live forever on somebody's account and they will collect. So we should do that. Oh my
It's so
god,
stressful.
everybody download these episodes. God, I'm scared of her now.
No, there's so many things to figure out.
Tana went on to just talk out loud this idea of posting on here and then having to look through and separate the earnings to know what to split with Brooke for canceled AdSense revenue and jokes.
Yeah,
about
when that
dividing
blackout happened, that's when
assets
they
and if
transferred
went
all
to
of their
court
servers over
this.
to META.
Oh, like we're like dividing our assets or something?
Just like, you know, it's all so confusing.
Well, God, like he cheated with 40 women. Like we just decided, like,
It's so true.
this isn't gonna work.
I know, but then what? So every month I have to see what amount of AdSense for my channel comes. Well, this is like an off-camera conversation.
Oh, so now you're using this channel as your vlogs again?
Well, like, what if I wanted to?
You
was.
can't. We built this from the ground
No, I
up.
was Emma Chamberlaining it up on this channel. You know, I got it to 2 mil. It's so interesting to like.
No, because I'm collecting. I'm invoicing you. From these episodes?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna have to work through that one. Imagine we're just in a court battle.
I'm coming for my $30. People online did not think this was funny though, and they reacted to this idea of Tana taking over the canceled podcast channel, understanding that Tana did get.
Oh no! The migrants are being actually deported? Yoink! But don't worry! They are being replaced with other migrants that are now entering the United States under a plan that I think has been in the works that we've been calling out here for a very long time, that some people told us just didn't exist, and now here we are, as we have the likes of Laura Loomer now warning us what in the world's going on here.
I'm gonna go.
As the Trump administration is...
I'm gonna try to make some phone calls and shit like that. Call my kid. Talk to Josh. I might try to go somewhere and do something. I don't know. I might try to crochet, keep my mind focused on a task. So maybe I'll come back when I'm ready to do that. I don't know. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for sitting with me. I really appreciate it. Real life is fucking messy, and that's what you guys get, real life, so I'll see you later.